Good afternoon, everybody. This is Councilman Britt Moore at the finance meeting here at City Hall for Thursday, October 16th, joined by our committee members, Councilwoman Peters, Councilman Holmes, and Councilman Tim Andrew. We have a short agenda with one presentation today. The first item is 2025-422. We'll hear from Parks and Recreation Director Lee Tillery.
Good afternoon. Before you is a sole source proposal from North State Resurfacing, and this is to resurface 4 outdoor tennis courts, 2 at Mohawk Park and 2 at Oakview Recreation Center. I've come to you guys before with the same group about resurfacing outdoor athletic courts, and this is kind of a similar situation at Oakview and at Mohawk, but these are for tennis courts. Obviously, we have a problem with deferred maintenance, cracks, expansion of asphalt over time, with use, with weather, and this is a proprietary method that addresses some of those cracks. We're able to go off the top of the surface to resurface those particular areas, and it's proven to work in previous applications that you guys see here at, we've done it at Washington Terrace, we've done it at Cedro, we've done it for pickleball courts at Armstrong as well. So we've had a great deal of success with that, so we'd like to recommend that we do this at both Oakview and Mohawk, and we're recommending approval for this. The total for both projects is $80,429, and the good news is they think they can get the work done by the end of the year. So happy to answer any questions you guys may have.
What kind of life would we expect out of this?
So the oldest courts that we've seen done with this method, this proprietary method with North State, is at Washington Terrace at the outdoor basketball courts. And we have seen no deterioration of that court in 6 years. So it's done really well. There's a little bit of chipping on the outside of the court, but the main part of the court, we've had great success with it.
Good.
Whereas, for example, at Oakview Recreation Center, tennis courts there, we've already had to address cracking and expansion on those courts that are pretty severe, and that all happened in a 10-year period, and we've already had to do that twice. So.
Any other comments? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve item 2025-422.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Next, Lee, we'll present item 2025-424.
Yes, sir. This is a sole source purchase for what we use at City Lake Park. Is for erosion tablet feeders, and it's manufactured by a specific group, Aqua Management Partners. We call them AMP. But we utilize this tablet feeders system to disperse chlorine and sodium bisulfate acid, which obviously controls the pH of the water. These guys provide the actual product, so we're recommending a purchase from AMP in the amount of $55,000. This will cover us through the beginning of next year's pool season. We actually treat the water throughout the course of the year too, so we'll be treating it through the winter months. But funds are available in our budget, our operating budget for Parks and Recreation, and we're recommending approval. Happy to answer any questions you guys may have.
Do we cover that pool?
We do not. We do not.
Anything else? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve item 2025-424.
Second.
There's a motion and several seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Next item is 2025-423, and we'll hear from Tyler Barrier, our Electric Utilities Director.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hello.
The item that I have today is for electrical distribution labor. Our utility self-performs most of the work that happens in electric, but we do retain a contractor for some of our electrical distribution work. That's just to supplement our internal staff. The contract's in place because it's easier to scale contract labor, and we can scale that workforce up and back depending on development in the city and projects. An RFP was advertised through purchasing. We had 4 vendors submit that met our specifications, and staff is recommending that Pike Electric be awarded this contract for distribution labor and equipment.
Yes, Council Manager, I have a question. This sounds to me like an indefinite delivery, indefinite quality contract. I don't see a min or a max, and usually in those contracts, a minimum are applied at contract award. I don't understand the evaluation on the packaging, nor how we got to the 3.15 million.
So the 3.15 is the budgeted amount. In our operating budget every year, we budget for a contract for external labor such as this one, and that is just the budgeted amount in our line item budget. The evaluation on each contract, I've got that tabbed, was done on this criteria here. That was the criteria. that
Okay,
goes-
I didn't see this. This wasn't in the package.
Yeah. That was in the RFP that was submitted, and the vendors responded to. So those are the criteria that we evaluated all 4 vendors, and that's how we came up with this. So there was things like price, their ability to handle a contract of this size, contracts they've done in the past, equipment they have available within a certain number of miles. Because one good thing about this is that if the next hurricane that develops comes here and it's coming our way, I can call them and say, bring me 5 crews. By the time it gets here, I need people here. And we can stage those folks here, wait the storm out, and they can supplement our staff so that I'm not calling somebody after the fact asking for help.
So this amount of money, for a point of clarity, is and budgeted for the year?
Yes, that's an annual, that's in our line item budget for our, I guess you call it operating budget, yeah.
But the 3.1 is not a guaranteed spend.
No. So I do have some numbers here. So for example, in the 2021-2022 budget year, we spent 2.77 million. Last year, we spent 2.519. It just all depends.
Yeah.
We go ahead and ask for approval up to the line item budget amount so that I don't have to come back and ask
Yeah.
you guys every time we do something. But that number is scalable, like I said. So, if development gets slow, we can dial the crews back. And it's a lot easier to dial back a contract crew than it is to send our folks home or anything like that.
Yeah, I appreciate the clarification. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Anything else? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve item 2025-423.
One second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from our record breaker. Joke there, Angela. Item 2025-425, our Human Resource Director, Ms. Angela Kirkwood.
Good afternoon, council members. This is a request to renew our Cigna Healthcare contract with the City of High Point for plan year January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. The city offers health and dental insurance for our employees, and again, the plan year runs from January 1st to December 31st. I have our broker here, Mark Browder from Mark III Benefits, and he is going to go through a presentation, allow you guys the opportunity to ask some questions so you can know how we have been trending since we have gone self-funded.
Presentation. Oh, there you go. Thank you. All right, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. When I walked in the door this afternoon, I was told that I had to bring good news. So I've got good news. How about that? And I'm going to give you just a little bit of history. Just as a sort of a level set, if you're not aware, healthcare costs in general are skyrocketing. We're going to have a 2 to 3 year cycle of significant healthcare spend across the nation. Unfortunately, there was a study done by Forbes, and North Carolina is the highest cost state for health insurance. I don't know if you saw that or not. This past year, I had to deliver renewals on smaller groups, but still significant increases, one at 50, 40s, 30s, and 20% increases. So
Before you, I don't mean to interrupt, but you brought up a point, being from North Carolina, I'm interested, did the report say why? We were,
well, we have a lot of teaching hospitals, right?
a lot of what?
Teaching hospitals.
Okay.
So there's been a lot of consolidation in the healthcare space.
Okay.
And that's part of the challenge. You know, of course, health on each end of the state is challenged in West North Carolina and Eastern North Carolina, you know, just based on demographics. But we definitely have an expensive healthcare system in North Carolina. And if you pay attention to the state health plan at all, they're about $500 million short, trying to figure out how they're going to fill that hole. So you guys don't have that problem. So good news. So as a reminder, in '24, we transitioned to being self-funded for the plan. That transition has gone really well. In that transition, the city was able to build up reserves of about $2.7 million. And part of that was because the first month and a half was not normal claims flow. But very successful transition into being self-funded. And just so you know, from a budget cycle standpoint, we're meeting with finance usually on a quarterly basis. So you have 2 renewal cycles, if you will. We're talking about essentially the fixed cost today, the administration and stop loss. That's a 1-1. But we have a meeting scheduled for the 20th or 21st of November to get ready for the budget cycle, which is making sure that the city is properly budgeted for health plan expenses for the fiscal year as well. So the finance piece of this is really a year-round process. So we had a funding increase when you transition to being self-funded of about 6% in net cost to the city and to the employees as well, which just this is an inside joke. Angela would always give me 6% as the number. So that's the number that we were always trending to. We held that number for a couple of years. On a fully insured basis, it would have been double digits. And by transitioning to being self-funded, you were able to hold on to a good single-digit increase. For the 25 plan year, claims are up about 11% through the period of July. And then part of that is just the fact that the first month and a half of the 24 plan year was immature, is now a full 12-month of claims. Still budgetarily, we're in a positive position, and that's also the case through September as well. So the plan is continuing to run well. So we received the renewal from Cigna. They wanted an increase on the stop loss coverage of approximately 13%. We actually use proprietary tools to evaluate different pooling levels to see what would actually work out in the best interest of the city. When we looked at different pooling levels and then compared that to the uptick in claims, we actually think that making a change to a higher pooling level will net benefit the city. So the fixed cost, good news, is actually going down. So instead of being approximately $3.4 million in the current year, it's going to go down to about $2.3 million, and that's in the write-up that Angela gave you. And of course, when you raise the pooling level, you're picking up new claims. The delta between the premium reduction and the anticipated claims, the net savings to the city is approximately $680,000. So to the good. So again, more good news. The other thing that's in here is that we also mitigated risk for the city. We added a no new laser protection and a rate cap on the stop loss increase. And what a laser is a pooling level for at-risk, high-risk individuals that insurers, all insurers that have stop loss coverage, can assign to a group if they know, for example, you have a hemophiliac. That hemophiliac is going to run $1 million a year, year after year after year, as long as they're on the plan. They can say, well, everybody's going to be formally at 200,000. The recommendation is to go to 300. Everybody's at 300,000 except for that one individual. Let's say it's Mark, and he is going to be $1 million liability to the city. We got that risk eliminated out of the contract as well. So the net result is the plans for the past year and a half plus have been running well. The transition to being self-funded is working well. Your staff is disciplined. They're looking for stability and predictability, and we're trying to make sure that budgetarily we're in a good spot. if you're ending up with single-digit increases, you're doing really well compared to the market. I can tell you from an expense standpoint, transitioning to self-funded has worked out really well for the city as well. Employees don't know the difference. To them, it looks just like regular coverage, but underneath that, behind the scenes, you guys have made some really good decisions on the transition and strategy. So the good news for this year, risks reduced, fixed costs reduced, net effect is that the city should save about $680,000 going into '26. And then you'll hear from staff again on the budget side. We're meeting on getting ready for the fiscal year process, '26, '27, and planning for funding levels to make sure that the plan stays stable, stays intact. Any questions?
It was good news.
Well, we thank you for your information. Thank you for taking the time to be here
Yes, sir.
today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Next time, come on a little longer agenda, because we
This is a great agenda. I really appreciate it. The only way it could have been better, you put me up first. But aside from that, it's great.
I just want to make you all aware that funds are available in our fiscal year 2025-26 budget, and council is requested to authorize the appropriate city official and/or employee to execute all necessary documents for the renewal.
Okay, any comments? I just would like to say thank you and congratulations, Angela, for doing such a good job and not the
you.
easiest of times. So I appreciate the stewardship in that department and, you know, just do a little bit better next year.
Yeah, we can do it.
All right.
Thank you.
As far as staff being well-disciplined, Mark, I'm not sure how I would describe that, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. All right. Any other comments? If none, I'll make a motion to approve item 2025-425.
Second.
There's a motion and a bunch of seconds. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes. Thank you very much. Anything else to come before finance? Hold on, Mark, you can't leave yet. We're not adjourned. There's nothing to come. All right, we're adjourned.